Hi guys, so we'll be solving an O-level past paper question from the year 2021. The session is July-August. This is question number 5. This question is based on mensuration. We'll be finding the depth, surface area and use a cross-section of a diagram in this question. So let's get into it. In the question they've given us a prism. The question reads, the diagram shows a water tank in the shape of a prism with an open top. The cross-section of the tank ABCD is a trapezium. The base of the tank CDHG is a rectangle. All dimensions are in meters and AD equals BC, which is equal to FG, which is equal to EH. Part A says show that the depth DM of the tank is 0.477. Correct to three significant figures. Okay, so in order to find the depth D over here, how do we do that? First of all, let's draw this shape over here to make things simpler. When I draw this shape over here, even though this is not the best of drawings, and if I do this, draw a dotted line like this and a dotted line like this, I believe that this dotted line is equal to D. This is what we are looking for. This right here is 0.65. The entire upper length is going to be 0.95. However, this is going to be 0.5. This is also going to be 0.5. So both are 0.5 at either ends. So if these two are similar, that means I can divide this into three parts. This is going to be 0.65 and this side combined would be 0.95 minus 0.65, which is 0.3. So this and this added together gives us 0.3. So if I divide this by 2, I get 0.15 on this side and I get 0.15 on this side. Now in order to find D, it becomes very simple. D is the perpendicular distance from the top to the bottom. Therefore, this means that this length over here is the hypotenuse. So we use the Pythagoras theorem. We do 0.5 squared, which is equal to 0.15 squared plus D squared. So in order to find D, I isolate the variable, which is D squared. This equals 0.5 squared minus 0.15 squared. Let's open this up. 0.5 squared minus 0.15 squared gives me 0.2275. If I find the square root of this, D comes out to be 0.477. Hence we're done with the first part. The next part says calculate the surface area of the tank. So the tank is open from the top, so we won't consider that to be one of the parts, one of the areas that is to be covered in the total surface area. So we need the area of the front, the back, the left, the right, the left and the bottom. I am assuming the front and the back is going to be the same. So is the right and the left going to be the same because those two are triangles and the front is a trapezoid, which is the same as EFGH. So let's find the area of ABCD first. So ABCD is a trapezoid. So in order to find that, we do half times the height, which we just found was 0.477, times the sum of parallel sides, which are 0.65 plus 0.95 because that's the top and bottom, and we multiply this entire thing by 2 because it's at the front and at the back. So let's do that. 0.5 times 0.477 times the sum of 0.65 plus 0.95 and we get 0.3816. When we get 0.3816, we multiply this by 2 and the surface area of the front and the bottom is 0.7632 meters squared. Okay, now let's talk about the rectangles which are on the right and the left. If I talk about the rectangles, we just do the length of the base times this length over here, which is 0.5, and then we multiply it by 2. So we do 1.6 times 0.5 and we multiply this by 2 because there are two rectangles. 1.6 times 0.5 times 2, this gives us 1.6 meters squared. Okay, lastly, what's left is the bottom. So I write the bottom over here. So the bottom is supposed to be 0.65 times 1.6 and that's it, not multiplying by 2. 0.65 times 1.6, let's see what we get. 1.6 times 0.65, this gives us 1.04 meters square. So to find the total surface area, you will need to add 0.7632 with 1.6 and 1.04. So when we add all of them, let's see what we get. 0.73 632 plus 1.6 plus 1.04. The area comes out to be, the total surface area comes out to be 3.4 meter square. So we write our answer over here, 3.4. Okay. The next part says the diagram shows the cross section of this tank. The tank contains water to a depth of 0.3 meters. Part 1 says show that W equals 0.84, correct to two significant figures. Okay. So we have to find the length of this to this this line, this W line. So before we do that, since this is a drawing, let's draw vertical lines to divide this into different parts. So first of all, if I draw a line over here and I draw a line over here, from here till here W is equal to 0.65, but this is X and this is X as well, since these are unknowns. This is 0.15 and this is 0.15 as well. We use the concept of similar triangles, similar rectangles, whatever you may call it, in order to find the length of X and then multiply it by 2 and add it to 0.65. So how do we do that? We say that X is over 0.15 because we are comparing two lengths that are going the same direction, this one, and we compare this to what? 0.3, that is the length of the entire thing. This one second, sorry, that is the length of this side, and we compare this to what? The entire this side, the entire side of this shape over here. So when we do this, we do 0.477. okay, so sorry, I lost the chain of thought in the middle. I'm comparing this height, which is 0.3, with the entire height, which is 0.477. okay, so when I do this, I do X equals 0.3 times 0.15 divided by 0.477. X, let's see what X comes out to be. We multiplied 0.3 and 0.15 and we divide by 0.477, and X comes out to be 0.094. okay, since X is 0.094, there are two X's, so we multiply 2 with 0.094 and we add what to it? We add 0.65 to it to get the entire length of W. This is equal to W. So W is equal to times 2 plus 0.65 and we get 0.84 meters. This is our answer over here and we proved it. The next part says calculate the area of the surface of the water in the tank. This is a very simple question. The surface of the water in the tank is going to be open enough, and since this entire length is the width of the water and this is equal to what? 0.84, and if you look at the diagram over here, the length of this thing, the entire thing, is 1.6. So what do we multiply? We multiply 0.84 by 1.6. This is a very simple question. 0.84 times 1.6 gives us 1.34 meters square. Okay, so we write our answer over here, 1.34 meters squared, and we're done with the question. I hope this question made sense. The complete working of the entire question is present in the description below for you to download. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button, and thank you so much for watching.